Good morning. Welcome to Clarkson University's December recognition ceremony for graduates completing their degree requirements at the end of the fall semester. We will begin in a few moments. Please take your seats.
Good morning. Welcome to Clarkson's December recognition ceremony for graduates completing their degree requirements by the end of the fall semester. We will begin in a few moments, so please take your seats. You already did. Thank you for joining us for this celebration, the important milestone of our degree candidates who are completing their studies at Clarkson. Here are a few housekeeping items to bring to your attention to make sure everybody has an enjoyable ceremony. While the graduates of the world from Clarkson are leaders in technology, we do ask that you unplug and turn off your cell phones during the ceremony. We have professional photographers here who will take pictures of all the graduates and the candidates as they receive their certificates. Restrooms are located through the exits behind us, down the stairs, and additional restrooms are in the alumni gymnasium. Building exits are located in the back and also behind us on the stage. Thank you. Again, welcome to Clarkson's December recognition ceremony. This past week, we lost a beloved faculty member, Eric Bolt, who was a Clarkson faculty since 2002 and was the most prestigious award, the endowed W. John Harrington Award, Professor of Mathematics. So I'd like to offer a moment of silence for Eric Bolt. Thank you. Now please rise for the land acknowledgement from Philip Whitecree, Coordinator in the Indigenous Community and Support and Outreach.
Sego Soguego, Lohidil Yungets. As the staff, faculty, and students of the Clarkson community, we're grateful for the opportunity to meet here, and we thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land before us. We acknowledge we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Akwesasne Mohawk and their ancestors. These lands and waterways connect to the vast traditional areas of the Haudenosaunee, Algonquin, Huron-Wyandot, and Abenaki peoples. These traditional territories were never wholly surrendered and were only claimed by competing French and British crowns and later New York State. As we move towards healing past injustices, we must acknowledge the wrongs that have been done and work towards a unified path of coexistence and prosperity. We recognize and deeply appreciate their historic connection to this place. We also recognize the contributions of the Akwesasne Mohawk, Haudenosaunee, and other indigenous peoples have made both in shaping and strengthening this community in particular and other territories within the country as a whole. Ta.
Well, good morning. My name is Brian Grant. I am the Vice President for Enrollment and Student Affairs here at Clarkson. And what a great day to be a Golden Knight. Today we celebrate all of your accomplishments, the hard work that you put in over the years, but we also are excited about the future and taking the skills that you've learned here at Clarkson with you. I feel so privileged to have the job that I do here at Clarkson, because I get to know you students at the admissions stage, but also be a part of your lives in the student affairs world. And I love the admissions process, because I'm one of the first people that got to see the high quality, the amazing things that you were doing in high school. But what's also more exciting to me is knowing that you were going to bring that to Clarkson. You were going to bring those skills and you were going to elevate us as an institution. And you certainly have done that. It's amazing to me how quickly those 4 years have gone by. For many of you, we first met over at Holcroft House or maybe at a reception. And now here we are today. And then on the student affairs side, being a part of your experience and the partnership that we've had over the years and watching you be a club's organization gain those leadership skills has been wonderful. But we also thank you because some of you challenged us to do more. And you know what you've done? You have made your mark on this institution for future graduates. And I thank you for that. I am a proud Clarkson alum. A graduate on a stage like this was one of my most memorable things. And I hope that when you leave here today, you'll have that same feeling. But I do ask you to take on a challenge. From this point forward, whenever you have the opportunity to wave that green and gold banner high and help us recruit new students to Clarkson, ensure that your companies are here on our career fair, recruiting the next group of graduates. So on behalf of the admission and student affairs staff, I offer my heartfelt congratulations on this wonderful milestone, and I thank you for everything that you've done for Clarkson University. It is now my privilege to introduce the student speaker, Sarah Fritz, a psychology major from the class of 2025, who will be sharing her remarks on behalf of the students.
Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, honored guests, dedicated families, and fellow graduates. It is a privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2025. As we gather here at Clarkson University, we mark the conclusion of an important chapter and the beginning of the next stage of our personal and professional journeys. When we first arrived in Potsdam, we all shared the feelings of ambition, anticipation, and uncertainty. Now, as we prepare to walk the stage, these feelings have evolved into confidence, fulfillment, and accomplishment. We have developed a deeper understanding of who we are, our aspirations and goals, and what we are capable of achieving. Our achievements today are the result not only of our own perseverance, but also the guidance and support of our faculty, who have dedicated themselves to our success. Our professors have inspired us to grow and excel through navigating challenging assignments together in office hours, to collectively developing innovative research. They have consistently challenged us to think critically about our fields of study and have driven us to reach our full potential. We as students extend our gratitude for your thoughtful mentorship. You have all been role models for success that will continue to make a lasting impact in our fields and future endeavors. Equally significant are the relationships we have formed with one another. Throughout our time here, we learned that support and collaboration are essential components of success. The friendships we developed, spanning from our freshman year roommates to the new friends that we've made this semester, have helped us sustain us through moments of difficulty and uncertainty. Additionally, the town of Potsdam fostered and holds many memories for all of us, between Stewart's ice cream runs to exploring the highest peaks of the Adirondacks. But these friendships have not only created lasting memories, but also have enhanced our academic and personal growth. The times that we have spent late at night studying in the ERC, group projects completed through shared determination, and just simple intellectual conversations have all strengthened our sense of community, and it reminds us that we did not make this journey alone. Today's celebration is a testament to our collective resilience. Each of us has faced challenges, whether academic or personal, yet we continued forward, demonstrating the perseverance required to reach this incredible milestone. This resilience will serve us well as we enter a world that is ever-changing and sometimes daunting. The ability to adapt, think critically, and to persist through uncertainty will remain among our most valuable strengths. Before I conclude, I would like to acknowledge the individuals who have supported us along the way. To our families, friends, and loved ones, we thank you for your encouragement, belief in our capabilities, and for being here to celebrate this moment with us today. To my fellow graduates, I'm so proud of what we have accomplished, from the unease we felt taking our first freshman year chemistry exam to the confidence we feel now submitting our senior capstone project. We have grown into individuals ready to take on the next chapter of our life. Some of us will pursue further education, some will enter the workforce, and some are still discovering what direction feels right. Regardless of which path we choose, we are prepared to step into the world outside of Clarkson University with the same courage and determination that has carried us through these past years and have led us to this moment. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for those inspiring words. Our students are amazing. Please give Sarah another round of applause. Please now welcome April Grant, class of 1995, Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations, who will share a message about the transition from student to full-fledged alumnus.
Thank you, Brian. Congratulations. This is an amazing time for all of you, and I'm so excited for you. I joined campus again 4 weeks ago, and I cannot say enough about the energy I felt on campus, the welcome that you gave me. So thank you so much. Now, as we're sending you off to do greater things, I hope you'll come back and visit us. Today, I welcome you to the Clarkson alumni community, a group of over 48,000 people. Think about that. Lots of people out there to help. If you need help in your careers, in life, reach back out to us. Where 1 in 5 sits at the highest executive levels, this includes CEOs, scientists, entrepreneurs, state senators, members of Congress, and Olympians. We welcome you with open arms, and we are so anxious to celebrate all of your future successes with you. Today, you'll receive your well-deserved and hard-earned degree. As you embark on your new journey, I think I'm getting louder, I'm sorry. As you embark on your new journey, I ask you to consider 3 things to weave your impact into the lives of your fellow alums and future Golden Knights. Engage, invest, and ensure. First, engage. Please stay in touch. We want to know where your journey takes you, and we want to celebrate those life's milestones with you. The Clarkson alumni community is first and foremost a family, and it has been 30 years since I joined this community, and I can't say enough about the support I've received from my friends, my colleagues, fellow alumni, and the faculty here at Clarkson University. We're committed to you. Take advantage of the support, resources, and opportunities our community provides. Wear your Clarkson gear proudly. Please, please, please. You'll walk into an airport, or you'll be in the grocery store, and you'll start a conversation that may last for a half an hour, and you may find a new friend that way. Don't be surprised when you are greeted with a smile or a warm story of someone knowing something about Clarkson. It will happen. Second, invest. In the past few years, the Clarkson alumni community has been ranked in the top 20 best alumni networks in the world. But as with any network, it requires continued investment to stay strong. Those that came before you paved the road for your journey as a student, and I ask you to do the same for future generations of Golden Knights. You have amazing talents and skills that can impact current and future students. Please, please, please share them generously. Mentor a student. Speak in a class. Come on back. We want to welcome you back. And participate in events. Invest your time. Share your talent and experience. And open doors for those students following in your path. Lastly, ensure. With entry into the Clarkson alumni community comes great responsibility. You represent Clarkson, our mission, our values, and the best of who we are. Carry that responsibility with pride, ensuring our shining reputation by showing the world what it means to be a Golden Knight. Congratulations. It is now my honor to introduce our guest speaker today, Joe Marson. Mr. Marson graduated with honors from Clarkson University in 2000, where he earned a bachelor's degree in computer engineering with a concentration in software engineering, artificial intelligence, and cryptography. Today, he is a 3-time award-winning chief revenue officer and a go-to-market advisor with nearly 25 years of experience in building high-performing software sales teams all over the world. Someone out there understands what I'm talking about, right? I hear that. During the last decade, Joe has served in executive leadership roles where he has recalibrated, transformed, and accelerated growth within private equity portfolio companies while driving billions of dollars of value creation for customers, employees, and investors he has served. While sales may sound more like an art form, Joe has spent nearly his whole career focused on the science of selling and bringing predictable, repeatable, and scalable results to the organizations he leads, while ensuring that exceptional customer service outcomes remain at the center of each growth strategy. He enjoys working with founders and early-stage startups who are passionate about solving complex business problems with technology, leaning on his background in computer engineering and his professional journey in sales and marketing to drive success. Recently, he played an instrumental role in creating a market-leading technology unicorn, a company valued at more than $1 billion, a milestone achieved by fewer than 1% of all technology companies in the world. That's incredible. As a part of a wider community of technology enthusiasts, Joe is often collaborating with his peers to bring new, innovative growth models to the businesses he serves. Now based in Newport Beach, California, he was based in Newport Beach, California. He was born and raised in a small western New York country town of Castile, and where he excelled in academics, music, and competitive sports. Today, in addition to his active roles, he is the father of 2 young daughters and loves to spend his spare time traveling the world, playing music on his guitar, and perfecting new recipes in the kitchen. He is also an active member of Clarkson University's alumni community, in the Honors Program Advisory Council, as well as his local church of Holy Trinity, where he serves as a volunteer and reads scripture for parishioners on Sunday. Please join me in welcoming Joe Marson.
Good morning, Golden Knights. There's a little energy. How's everyone doing today? So Saturdays are always a little tough. It's a weekend. We're all a little tired. We didn't get to sleep in today because we're here. But I know that when the green and gold take the ice later this afternoon, there's going to be a lot of energy in Chile Arena, right? I want to do something a little bit different. I was talking with President Larson yesterday evening, and one of the questions I had for her, it's been a while since I was on campus, I said, do they still cheer Let's Go Tech? Is that still a thing here? She said, oh yeah, it's a thing. I said, okay, great. And she said, I'm actually still learning some of the cheers and some of the dances everyone does at the hockey games, and it's been fun, right? You've been here now since April. And so I thought maybe we could show President Larson how it's done. For those who are able, I'd like to get everyone up on their feet, and I want to hear a Let's Go Tech. Everybody up. All right, I'm going to give a count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, that was really good, guys. Thank you. Everyone have a seat. All right, everyone got to stretch their legs for a moment. It is such an honor to be here with all of you today on this very special occasion. Congratulations, graduates. You did it. A very warm welcome to all the graduates, to the family and friends joining us today, to the trustees, the faculty, the staff, and everyone here to celebrate this graduating class today. Thank you also to President Larson for the invitation to join this celebration today and to share a few words of encouragement with our graduates as they reflect on their journey here at Clarkson and as they now look toward the horizon filled with hopes and dreams and adventures that they only require them to be brave enough to imagine them. Graduates, it was just 25 short years ago that I sat exactly where you are sitting. Yes, I know, it's probably hard to believe, but I actually graduated when I was 10 years old. Yes, 25 years ago. And let me assure you, it went by really, really fast. When I graduated from Clarkson in 2000, we had just entered a new millennium, and I had completed enough coursework to earn my master's degree in computer engineering. Although I did not finish my thesis research, I had learned a lot about computers. I had learned how to write software in 17 different programming languages, and I was fascinated with the possible applications for artificial intelligence and cryptography. As I sat where you all sit today, like most of you, ready to enter the workforce, I had a career plan. I knew exactly what I wanted to do next, and I was determined to become one of the top programmers in the world. And I could not have ever imagined the journey that would unfold in front of me over the next 2.5 decades. To say that it threw me a few curveballs would be a huge understatement. Very little went the way that I had thought it would when I was sitting in your seat today. Looking back on all of it, though, the journey could not have been any more perfect for me. As you venture out into the world beyond Clarkson, you will be challenged in new and exciting ways. You will be asked to make decisions that can forever change your lives, and in some cases, even the lives of those around you. The possibilities in front of you are endless, and that's both exhilarating and intimidating. In those moments where you feel lost or uncertain, or lack the clarity that you seek, remember that you are graduating from Clarkson University, and that the amazing faculty and staff at this school have given you all the tools you need to be successful in life. I'm not just talking about what you learned in your textbooks and in the classroom lectures. Although valuable, the real gift that you've been given is the ability to turn curiosity into creation, to turn dreams into blueprints for reality, to meet every challenge with an unmatched ability to solve problems and find success. When something isn't making sense to you, change your perspective and take another look from a different vantage point, because sometimes the answers to life's hardest questions are actually sitting right in front of you. Remember that in life, no challenge is given to us until we're ready to embrace it. Because you are here today, I know that you are all ready for this one. You are the future, and this world will be shaped by your hands. Lead with purpose, with conviction, and with great empathy. Together, you will make this place even better than it is today. Some of you may be wondering how a graduate with a degree in computer engineering found himself leading revenue teams for software companies all over the world. I can assure you that at no time did I ever imagine myself becoming a salesperson. It was a profession where I had zero interest. But it wasn't long after I began my career that I turned to the dark side and entered the world of enterprise software sales. Let me take you back to 2001 and tell you a little story. It was June of that year, just 1 year after I was sitting exactly where you sit today. I was 23 years old, and I was working for a very small software company in Rochester, New York. We were building a new platform and pioneering a space that today we call the Internet of Things. I had my dream job, and I was busy writing code for the alpha release of the product, while my executives were busy launching a new partnership with Intel, who at that time was at their peak, and by far the global leader in chip design, innovation, and production. After a press release, Intel decided they would highlight the partnership with my company during a keynote presentation at TechX that year, which drew hundreds of thousands of technology enthusiasts to New York City every summer. Since we were a very small company and I had written a lot of the software that was live on the demo environment for Intel, the company decided to send me to New York City to support the event and make sure all the technology worked during the keynote presentation. I was supposed to be the wizard behind the stage. So off to the Big Apple I went, taking a step that would forever change my life, and not even having the slightest clue of what was about to happen next. The night before the big presentation, there was a dress rehearsal, and executives from Intel were practicing their lines for the following day, including Mike Splinter, who at the time was the executive vice president of worldwide sales and marketing at Intel, with responsibility for more than 25,000 employees and more than $30 billion of revenue. As Mike reviewed the script, he reached a part of the keynote where he would be talking about our company and showing how our software runs on Intel chips. About midway through our section, he threw the script down on the stage, and he said, "I don't understand any of this. What does this have to do with our push to bring 300 millimeter wafers into production around the world? Why am I spending time talking about this in some little company that I've never even heard of before?" Then he said, "Where's the representative from this company? Get them out here. I want to understand why we're even doing this." Within an instant, handlers were running around on stage, off stage, backstage, with great urgency, looking for the representative. They were looking for me. And when they found me, I was swiftly escorted onto the stage where Mike stood, waiting for me. As I approached in my jeans and t-shirt and old sneakers, Mike seemed to tower above me. He was wearing a full suit and tie, diamond rings on his fingers, and a Rolex on his wrist. This guy was the most polished person I think I had ever met. I felt like he was looking directly into my soul when he said, "I don't understand why I'm talking about this partnership with your company tomorrow. Explain for me what you do and why I should keep it in my presentation. You have 30 seconds. Thankfully, he gave me 60 because let me tell you, I needed every single one of them. So I explained what we do, why it matters, and how it will help him sell more Intel chips. He stood there in silence looking at me. You could literally hear a pin drop on the stage in this massive conference center. It was one of the most awkward moments in my entire life, and it felt like an eternity. Finally, he said, "Now that's what I was looking for. You're on the stage with me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. See you there." Mike turned and walked off the stage, but before he reached the exit, he turned around to me and said, "You do have a suit, right?" That's when the gravity of all this hit me. Not only did I not have a suit, I had never demoed our product for anyone else on the planet before, and certainly I have never done it live on a stage in front of a room of people numbered at 3,000. I called my manager right away, panicking, and I alerted the leadership team at my company. They worked frantically to find someone who could make it to New York City in time for the critical presentation the next morning. When they exhausted all possibilities, they called me and they said, "Joe, you've got this. Make us proud." Remember, I'm 23 years old. Just then, the Intel handlers rushed me off the stage, out the door, and into Mike's limo, and they took me shopping in Manhattan. Suit, tie, shoes. It was quite the experience, and one I will never forget. We returned to the conference center, and the rest of the evening, I learned everything one could want to know about being on a stage. Hand gestures, body movements, how to not upstage an executive. And of course, most importantly, I learned the script. They sent me back to my hotel room around midnight, and they said, "Make sure you memorize the script. If you say even one word wrong, you're going to throw him off, and this presentation is too important not to get it right." I would love to tell you that I returned to the hotel and slept through the night, but that would not even be close to the truth. I think I brewed my first pot of coffee around 1 o'clock in the morning, and I raised some eyebrows at the front desk every hour thereafter when I kept calling, asking them to bring more coffee to the room. By 5:30, I was dressed and pacing around outside of the conference center, which didn't open for another 90 minutes, probably because of all the coffee. I stayed up all night. I had done the best to memorize the script. At 7 a.m., I walked in the building, and at 8 a.m., the curtain went up, applause from more than 3,000 people greeted us, and I stepped onto that stage with Mike Splinter. And that's when it happened. In under 15 minutes, my life changed forever. Just 1 year after sitting exactly where you're sitting today, a door opened for me, and I walked through it. Would any of you like to know how the presentation went? Let's just say that from that moment forward, our partnership with Intel continued to reach new heights, and our business saw the kind of success our founders were hoping to see. After the presentation, I went outside to get some fresh air, and a short time later, I saw Mike exit the building and walk towards his limo. As he stopped to take off his jacket, he looked at me and he said, "Hey kid, nice job today. You should really consider a career in sales. I think you'd crush it." It's about a week later when I was called into a conference room back at our office in Rochester. My management team had received a copy of the video from the presentation, and they said to me, "We don't want you writing code anymore. We want you on the sales team showing our customers what you can do with the platform." I remember thinking, sales? Was I being punished? Did I not do a good job down there? How could this be happening to me? I don't want to be a sales guy. About a week later, I boarded an airplane for London with our vice president of worldwide sales, and the rest is history. I've now flown more than 5 million miles. I've done business in more than 50 countries on every continent except Antarctica, but I'm working on the penguins. And yes, I've earned every one of these gray hairs. And also I learned something. Not all career paths need to be linear. The moment when you face your fears and embrace them is the moment when you'll discover what you're truly capable of doing. I also learned that selling enterprise software isn't the same thing as selling used cars at a car dealership. Enterprise software sales is about solving complex problems with technology. It's essentially engineering in an office where the scenery changes every day. It's through that lens that I draw upon everything I've learned here at Clarkson each and every day that I work with my teams and the customers that we serve. Some people might say that I was lucky then and throughout my career. But honestly, I don't believe in luck. For me, luck is at the intersection of preparation and opportunity. I was prepared, like all of you are now. And I was given an opportunity because I was ready to embrace it, to walk through the doors that it unlocked for me, to step forward toward becoming the best version of myself yet, just like all of you will do as you embrace your future in front of you. As many of you begin your careers, keep an open mind and don't be afraid to see where a new path might take you. I say this often. We all get maybe 80 laps around the sun, plus or minus a few, and so what you do with them really matters. Step out of your comfort zones, dream big, and then go make those dreams come true. Find your limits, and then push yourself beyond every single one of them. Be bold and be unafraid to fail. Learn from your failures, grow from them, but don't hide from them. Persevere until you find success. I've shared a lot with you today, and in this moment, I'm reminded of the advice I was given by a mentor and a friend of mine. He's actually a former professor here at Clarkson University, Dr. David Craig. He taught me that every story needs a central theme, and that every speech should leave your audience with a key takeaway. So what's my key takeaway from today? If there's just one thing that I hope all of you remember from today, it's this. Don't wait for life to happen. Create your own luck and make your dreams a reality. Finally, and in closing, I want to congratulate every member of the graduating class. Each of you has finished this chapter, and now a new one is beginning. What's most beautiful is that each of you holds a pen, and with that pen, you can write anything that you want. You have so much to be proud of and so much to look forward to as you step beyond this amazing campus. Reflect positively on your accomplishments. Always hold your friends and family close. And lean on your faith to always guide you in the direction of true north, no matter where your next adventure takes you. And with that, I'd like to get one last Let's Go Tech. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go Tech! Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe. And now it is my privilege to introduce President Michelle B. Larson.
Congratulations, everyone. We're so excited to see you here today to celebrate with friends and family. Thank you, Joe, for such a wonderful remarks about the Clarkson experience and where it can take you. We are celebrating today an amazing accomplishment, your time here at Clarkson. And time again, all of you have risen to the challenge. Today, as April mentioned, you join a group of over 48,000 people who, like you, achieved something very different, and that is a degree from Clarkson University. I have had the privilege since my arrival in this community in April to travel the country and meet our alumni, wherever they may be, to be here on campus and interact with you, our students, where you are. And I can tell you all of the skills and all of the opportunity that you are prepared with is true. And you've heard some of that from people on stage today. But one of the things that we know is that you are in a place that has prepared you to do what matters, what you want to pursue. One of the reasons Clarkson matters most is because of our alumni. And those alumni, as I mentioned, are all around the world. So as you become a part of that community, wherever you go, they will be there too. Do wear your Clarkson gear, not because we only want you to be proud that you were here, but because it will attract others everywhere you go who want to connect with you. That has happened to me in real time. No matter if it's just a little pair of green and gold earrings or a bold sweatshirt, you will attract the people who want to meet you, know you, and help you throughout the world. Now that you're a part of that community, from this day forward, Clarkson will also be known for what you accomplish. As Brian mentioned, you make us stronger by all that you brought to this community while you were here and all that you will do in the world when you go out and make a difference. During your time at Clarkson, I want to punctuate some things that I hope you realize you have now as you head out. Clarkson has given you the technical and the team skills to tackle any problem that might come your way. We've also taught you that collaborative teams will solve problems better than any individual effort. And we have also shown that no matter what you're up against, at Clarkson, you have received the training, and you are now a part of a network that also received that training, and there's no stopping you as you go on your way. We're proud, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish. We congratulate you again on your achievement today, which we're about to make formal in just a minute, and we want you to know that now the fun begins, because the last thing I'll comment that Clarkson has taught us is that it's rigorous here. The challenges are real, and we know how to navigate through them with enthusiasm and purpose. So for now, we're celebrating you, and we're going to convey the degrees next. So I'm pleased to introduce Professor Shantanu Soor, who will start that process.
We now will recognize the students who have taken all of the required coursework toward a degree at Clarkson and who are ready to move on to the next phase of their professional and personal pursuits. Students, you are presented today as candidates for your respective degree confirmed by the Board of Faculty and the Board of Trustees after all grades are finalized, and which will grant you all of the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors which appertain thereto for a Clarkson degree. Following tradition, the doctoral candidates will be presented first, followed by the master's and certificate degree candidates, and then bachelor's degree candidates. Students, please ascend to the stage to be recognized when your name is called, beginning with the recognition of the candidates for Clarkson's highest academic degrees, the doctoral candidates. Doctoral candidates, please rise, and an event assistant will escort you to the stage area. Moses Adejumo is receiving a PhD in chemical engineering with their dissertation titled Synthesis and Characterization of Immobilized Molten Salt Membranes for Ammonia Production. Kavindu Vijasinghe is receiving a PhD in Material Science and Engineering with their dissertation titled Hierarchical Deformation and Microstructure Design in Directed Energy Deposited Titanium 6L4V. Olujide Werinde is receiving a PhD in Material Science and Engineering with their dissertation titled Investigating Mechanical Properties and Microstructural Phenomena of Aluminum, Cobalt, Chromium, Iron, Nickel family of high entropy alloys. Paul Akiniemi is receiving a PhD in chemical engineering with their dissertation titled Redox-Mediated Electrochemical Separation for Brackish Water Desalination. Rashik Shardman is receiving a PhD in electrical and computer engineering with their dissertation titled Toward Improved and Trustworthy Security and Authentication of Robust Intruder Detection and Explainable Deep Learning. Oluwatosin Popula is receiving a PhD in chemistry with their dissertation titled Development of 3D Printable Bio-Based Hydrogel Composites for Smart, Sustainable Food Packaging and Wearable Sensor Applications. Yeah. What? Oh. Your name? Huh? Zaofeng, okay. Zaofei Wang is receiving a PhD in engineering science with their dissertation titled Enrollment Issues for Practical Applications of Keystroke Dynamics. Jacqueline Otala is receiving a PhD in electrical and computer engineering with their dissertation titled Quantifying Social Media Polarization Through Graph Theory. Naveen Kumar Venkataswamy is receiving a PhD in electrical and computer engineering with their dissertation titled evaluation of ocular biometrics across spectral domains and pediatric applications. Congratulations to all of the doctoral degree candidates. Our next recognition is for the master degree candidates. Will the master degree candidates please stand? Here are the candidates for the Master of Science degree in Applied Data Science, Healthcare Management, Healthcare Data Analytics, Physics, Data Analytics, Electrical Engineering, Engineering and Management, Chemical Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Occupational Therapy, and Masters in Business Administration. Sarah Alexander Weaver. Gabriel Grant Rutherford. Stephen Charles Kay. Lauren Howland. Wendy Ching-Wen Shi. Kaylee Wood. Olivia Jade Levchek. Mia Gulo. Meredith Miller. Haley Ferrand. Sarah Farrow. Breen Renee Drake. Emily Glenn Parsons. Philip Markovich. Shingai Tamiya Kamoto. Chikomborero D. Dingolo. Munon Kedzi Mahboko. John Temitop Onafo Khan. Yahya Ibrahim. Tanu Rathi. Rishi Chandrayan. Ramya Manikandan. Vardhan Kumar Pokala. Venkatasai Shahiti Lucharala. Saujanya Putukuru. Bhakti Shetty. Mariam Boniani. Courtney Leary. Rebecca Miller. Joshua Vogt. Shamyak Horst. Shahil Nepal. Odin Kohler. Thomas Middleton. Bridget Barrett. Cole Bennett. Fatima Rejwan. Daniela Bekobo. Mohammad Jahiruddin Chowdhury. Caitlin Charnel Livashi. William Thomas Malik. Caspar Maxwebo. Malvern Munase Dongo Sr. Tariro Zil Mutimusokwa. Parai Sambare. Sharon Bodzanai Chishiri. Evelyn Page Laferriere. Ashley Torres. Tereri MTC. Triven Panashe Mukandattasma. Shiva Prasad. Srikant Naik Mudavat. Chandrasekhar Reddy Nalapu. Praveen Kumar Mukkapati. Fortune Zindi. Sorry. Rajiv Recline Ndongwe. Leroy Enduripo. Prince Peter Yeli. Simon Chae Jima. Jonathan Lee. Oluwatosin Popula. Congratulations to all of the master's degree candidates. I now turn it over to Kathy McNamara and Ashley Swaney with their reading of our bachelor's degree candidates.
Our final recognition is for the bachelor degree candidates. Will the bachelor degree candidates please stand? Please stand, sorry. Here are the candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Professional Studies. Madeline Tusa. Megan Nicole Zalepski. Isaac Richard Nathan. Lauren Andriana Wilson, also known as Millie. Jethy Jason Ofosu Mensah. Arik Lutz. Ian Pendleton Bautista. Ethan Jeffrey Herrick. Ana Caridad Melos. Clay Davis. Lyle Reinheimer. Matthew Adamson. Rhett Ashley. Christopher MacDonald. Nana Iakuma Hochful. Owen Emmerich. Isabella Gusty. Larry Gusty. Ang Cheering Sherpa. Lucas Roberts Williams. James Tumia. Kylie Brino. Isaac Thomas Howell. Clyde Weston Thurber Wells. Yasmin Sowie. Romeo Caldwell. Rachel Pedrick. Gavin McKeon. Tyler Dorn. Trenton Scott.
Eric Anderson. Mark Whalen. Colin Adams. Daniel Van Leeuwen. Natalie Augusta. Sarah Fritz. Trinity Elliott. Rebecca Jordan White. Samantha Major. Seamus Fogarty. Alexander Davis Terrell. Lauren Withrow. Eric Martin. Brendan Michael Joyce. Joseph Karakis. Pavel Tripcheski. Jonathan Wilson. Juliana Richardson. Elise Almgren. Joseph Kelly. Congratulations to all of our bachelor degree candidates.
Graduates, please rise. Congratulations again to all of the candidates who were honored today at December's recognition ceremony. Let's again give them a round of applause. They've earned it. Please be seated. Thank you, faculty, staff, friends, and family for your rousing applause again and again for these degree candidates and all that they have accomplished. I now welcome to the podium Faculty Senate Chair William McKinnon, who will offer sentiments on behalf of the faculty to this class.
Thank you. On behalf of the Faculty Senate and the entire Clarkson University faculty, I want to congratulate you, the December 25 graduates of Clarkson University. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. As you can see, I'm just on my way to Hogwarts. So in just a few minutes, we're going to turn you loose on the world. But before we do that, I want to ask you a question. How many of you absolutely love public speaking? Yeah, a few. Okay. All right. How many of you are uncomfortable public speaking, but during your time at Clarkson, we made you do it anyway? Yeah, you're welcome. There are other things besides public speaking, working in teams with people that you don't know, global study trips, going places that you're not familiar with. Thesis defense can be very nerve-wracking. You see, making you do stuff you aren't comfortable with is part of our job, okay? It's part of what you're paid for. Just a quick story. Anyone that knows me at all knows that I'm not much of a hugger, okay? Actually, let me clarify that. I'm not much of a man hugger, okay? Women, children, no problem. Men, I don't know, maybe it's because most men are taller than me, but I don't love it, okay? I prefer a nice, firm handshake. As long as you don't hold it too long, then it gets creepy, okay? And none of this two-handed stuff, nobody wants that, all right? But you know what? Sometimes you just got to suck it up and do what's expected of you. There are times, you know, weddings, funerals, graduations, you just got to do it. A few years ago, actually several years ago now, I was at home in the evening and I got a call from the wife of a friend of mine, and her husband, my friend, was at the hospital with his mom. His mom was very sick and she wasn't expected to make it through the night. And she asked if I would go and be with him for a while. Of course, I will. So I went to the hospital, I got the room, I went in, and what did I do? I hugged him, of course. I'm not a monster, all right? And so for the next couple of hours, I stayed with him, and we talked and prayed for his mom. And after a couple of hours, it was time to leave. And what did I do? I hugged him again, okay, and went on my way. You see, my comfort was not the most important thing in that moment. In fact, it seldom is. And that goes for all of us. Look, being comfortable is fine. It's safe and cozy and easy. It's, well, comfortable, all right? But you know what else it can be? It can be boring. It can be stagnating. You don't learn. You don't grow. I often tell my students, I know some of whom are in the group that I take on my global studies trips, because you never know what's going to come up, all right? We have all kinds of unexpected adventures. And I always tell the students, you never remember the times you were warm and well fed, okay? Our job and our honor here at Clarkson has not been to make sure that you're comfortable, but to make sure that you're ready for what comes next. And looking at all of you, I would say mission accomplished. Oh yeah, my friend's mom, yeah, she pulled through, okay? I guess I should have checked her chart. That concludes our recognition ceremony. Congratulations to all of our students. Thank you for coming, all of you, and have a wonderful holiday season.